Hey everyone, welcome back to another conversation that I would like to have today with you guys. It's been a while, right, that I didn't talk about certain topics. So today, what I'll cover is something which is relevant right now. Mm, like the cold season is around the corner, and people are falling sick, and people with like sinus issues, or people with like cold sensitivity, they get affected usually, right, in the season. So I just want to go through the process, right, how it is, especially here in this in the medical system that that's around us. So there are like multiple types of the seasonal issues. Like it could be a low intensity flu, right? It could be a regular seasonal cold. It could be other viral infections, right? It could be, I don't know, like COVID and influenza, different variations of it, right? So this is something that is seasonal, right? Every year, and not just one season. It could happen in spring season, autumn season, winter for sure, right? Like even if you get exposed to cold for some time, right? You don't wear the right clothing and stuff like that, you will get temperature, and probably next few days you might have cold symptoms, right? So the thing with this is, since like what I have come um, to make out of all this is, right, it is bound to happen like every year, right? Like at least with me, it happens every year, right? So I'm trying to, make this as a routine exercise whenever I get hit by it. Um, like recently, I got hit, right, just after summer. Um, and there's nothing fancy that I did, like going out and I don't know, like eating ice cream, cold drinks, or something which I can say, okay, this is the reason, right? Nothing. Business as usual, and it happened, right? So then, when you go to see a doctor, they check the basics and then they say, oh, there's no bacterial infection or anything, it's just viral. So there's no treatment for viral infections, right? Across, I don't know, it may be in the works that they have now, pills or tablets for viral infections, probably just to help you again. I'm not sure to cure it, but right now there's no cure. So what the system tells you is just go back. If you have fever, take paracetamol. If other, like if you have cold, there's other those cold tablets which will help you throughout the day. But what I make out of all this is it's gonna last for whatever duration that it is supposed to, right? From person to person. For some people, it's 3 days, 4 days. Some people a week. Some people 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know, right? So knowing this, that it is, and it's not gonna happen, all of a sudden, that you will not know, right? You might have faced this before. So if you're a 2 week guy, 1 week guy, right, you should be aware of it, right? And not panic, and unless it's extreme, right? Like if you have issues breathing, or the temperature is very high and it doesn't come down after paracetamol, then it's like exception situation. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the general, routine. But every time you hit, it's the timing, you know, maybe you have something going on, right? You have some commitments, right, outside events, or you have to go somewhere with work. You cannot afford to take that hit and, you know, be all by yourself and, you know, don't know what to do, what to eat, right? That mental thing, and the boredom strikes because you're not going out, you're not doing anything, you're just sleeping, right? So, you know, I'm just making this video to, like, to tell you guys what I learned out of all this. Maybe implementation, it's still, you know, it's a thing, right? You have to see how it goes. But I'm trying to tell myself that this is a routine, you know, just follow certain steps, very basic steps, and not panic, right, necessarily. Just following the routine. So, the first step that I learned is, I mean, it started with temperature for me, right? Like, that's how I realized that okay, something is going on. So once you get the temperature, then you know that something's going on. So the steps that you can take is, again, antibiotics are for bacterial infections. It doesn't cure, you know, viral infections, but they say as you get the viral infection, there's sometimes a supplementary bacterial infection also, so it helps cure that. But otherwise, if it's pure viral, then like I'll come to that, right? So the first thing is the routine in terms of what you eat, you know, how you go by the day in terms of food, right? So, in fact, you need to do it like on a daily basis, even if you're healthy, because these things are good over the long term, right? Like, first thing is hot water, right? That's the first thing that you need to focus on. And then the next thing is, you know, the ginger lemon tea, right? You can either make it, you know, that is preferred, of course, but if you're too ill, you can, you know, buy sachets and keep it so that you can just heat up the water and then put the sachet, and then you can drink it, right? So that's the second part. And then in terms of like fruits, right, try to eat as much fruits as you can, um, and then of course the vegetables as well. And in terms of food, whatever you're eating, just keep it a little low profile, not too spicy, not too oily. I'm not going to get into the details because everyone has their own preference. Overall, the the rule is to keep it like a low profile, especially when you have temperatures. You don't need to eat spicy and um, oily. But there's no like, you know, that this is what you need to do. You can, because after a few days I did get on with my normal, you know, diet. But I'm just saying this helped, like for me and what I learned. It may or may not be the thing, but I'm just telling you what works for me and what I'm doing. You guys can comment if, you know, there'll be a lot of variations for different type of people, what works and what doesn't work. So normally I keep it like, you know, rice, dal, right? No curd, no cold stuff. And then, you know, chapati and normal whatever it goes with, right? The sabzi. So you can continue eating the way you're eating, but yeah, less spicy and less oily. And then, you know, if you can drink tea, right, hot tea with ginger in it, and then kashai, right, or any other home drinks, right, you can try to drink that on regular intervals. That will help you. And milk also you can drink, like again hot milk, right? um, and yeah, I mean, whatever else that is, you know, good in carbs, good in proteins, vegetables, of course, fruits and vegetables, you can continue to eat. So this is the normal diet, right? So the the differentiator is the hot water, right? The tea, ginger tea, and then the kashai, and then the sachets that you can get, right? And drink it. You need to be hydrated. Drink it after every few hours, right? So this is what goes with, in terms of eating and what goes in your stomach. Now coming to the actual, like the temperature, right? If you have temperature, paracetamol guarantee it will reduce the fever. um, just take it when you're feeling feverish, right? um, and then I would say just go on paracetamol for few 1 or 2 days. If you have cold, go with the cold, tablets that you have. Apply Vicks, right? um, do the steam, right? Just take hot water, steam. That's something I missed doing it for a while, so I'll have to consider that exercise as well. Steam to unblock your congestion, and then it gives you a soothing experience. That's something you can do. And then, yeah, just keep engaged, right? With whatever you do day to day. Never break that routine, right? So that it doesn't get over your mind, right? Get to your mind. So you should still think that it's business as usual, and continue with your day to day work, right? That's another very important factor which helped me, right? The first 2 3 days, yeah, I mean it's pretty hard on you when you have temperature. Running nose, yeah, I mean that'll drain a lot of your energy. And then cough also, if you have, again, it will put you down in terms of energy levels, right? So cough, again, you have cough syrup. It just helps. There's no proven whatever. For me, it's again uh, a little bit of help and mindset wise that I'm taking like a cough syrup, right? Yeah, but overall, the routine, the diet, and if if things get worse or it doesn't improve, that's where you hit antibiotics, right? If you don't want to suffer, and want to take the risk, then you can just start from day one or day two. So antibiotics, what I was telling in the beginning, right? If you don't have bacterial infections, and taking an antibiotic will let you go by your day, right? It's very strong, so it'll reduce the fever, whatever symptoms you're getting. You'll feel like you're back to normal for the next whatever few hours. So it'll help you get by your day, right? So you can continue, you can jump on the antibiotics routine immediately. And then it's really business as usual if you take the antibiotics in terms of you moving around, going by your day. But the other flip side is it affects your taste, it affects your smell, right? And you get that, the antibiotic feeling, right? So that weird feeling will be there. So it comes with something, right? So if you're okay, then if you're not okay with bearing the symptoms, then you can go with the antibiotics right away. Typically, it's like a week's dosage, and after a week, yeah, you tend to be okay. You don't need to panic. Sometimes it goes on for a while, then you start to get worried, right? Oh, okay, is the congestion too bad? Am I having other issues? Don't, right? Don't think, especially when it's the same kind of symptoms that you get every year or whatever, right? So yeah, it's just the routine, and like I have different perspectives to it, right? Just to help me. For me, whenever I get this or any other, like normal fever or anything, right, which puts me down and then slows everything, I consider it as like nature's way of telling you to slow down, right? Just relax. Because when was the last time you took rest for the whole day. I mean, when I say rest, I really mean rest. Like, you get up, you sleep after your breakfast or whatever, morning, activities. You come back, you sleep, right? And then you have lunch, you do a bit of whatever, go back to sleep, or focus on your own self, right? I don't remember doing that, right? If there is free time or whatever, then you tend to get into something like watching a movie, going out, or your day to day or phone, or you don't take rest normally. So sometimes I tell myself that okay, this is a good opportunity to just relax, and I feel good, right? When I take rest, of course the initial boredom is there, because obviously you're in a routine, it stops, right? So you feel, oh, what's going on, right? But on the flip side, because of these medications, cough syrup and everything, you tend to sleep well. Like, I really sleep well when, like, I'm sick and I'm on medications. Really, I mean, I cannot tell you that the sleep, I still remember those, the sleeps that I had. So just consider these factors, right? That things are slow, you relax more, you sleep well, you eat right, you're kind of getting reset, right? So I kind of tell that to myself and get by the routine, right? So yeah, that's something I wanted to share, because, like, I don't know for others, but for me it's like an every year kind of a thing. And within a year also, I could, you know uh, the other pollen allergy which I talked about, right? That's also caused a lot of running nose to me, and a lot of issues. Like, for many weeks I had that running nose. So yeah, so just be prepared with, like, the stocks of the medicines, the food, like, have those ginger or the sachets, or kashai, fruits, all those things ready, handy. um, and then just follow it diligently, um, and you would be okay, right? Because nowadays, with all that's going on, you tend to think a lot, you Google symptoms, and there's panic. But if you just follow, I'm not talking about those exception symptoms where it's extreme, but the regular, right, the symptoms that you have. Yeah, this is what I follow, and typically, yeah, it goes away after 2 weeks. So yeah, this is something that I wanted to share, because this is, I mean, very personal, and I go through a lot of pain and misery whenever it happens. So I found a way to just make it as a drill, and not put too much mind to it. Just, okay, this happened, follow this routine, all done after 2 weeks, right? So, and just find a way to get by your day to day, right? Like, if you want to get stuff from outside, maybe stock it up. Or, yeah, after a week, you feel good, just go out, it's okay. You'll feel refreshed and changed, right? So, something like that. So, thank you guys for watching this video. This is just, my personal journey. I know everyone would have their own variations to whatever has been said in this video, but yeah, I just wanted to share what I made out of all this, and then the message I wanted to put across is that this is okay, and it's just a routine or a drill that you need to follow whenever this puts you down, so that it helps you during the course of, whatever, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that it lasts. And yeah, and it helps, right? So because it's not like something that you can escape, right? It's going to happen every year, right? Or different times of the year, right? No matter what vaccine you take, this will happen. So if you just follow certain routine, then yeah, it helps you. So thank you very much, and see you in another video. Bye bye.